to my YouTube channel. If you're coming across this video, my name is Nicole. I'm a vintage-inspired lifestyle creator, and I live in New York City. Today's video is going to be the next in my series about where to vintage shop in New York City by neighborhood. The neighborhood we're checking out today is in Brooklyn, specifically the Williamsburg and Greenpoint area. Next to East Village, this is probably the neighborhood that I shop in the most. So yeah, let's start the video and check out the stores. The first store in this video is Junk, and it definitely lives up to its name as it does feel a bit like a junk shop, but you can find some great things here if you dig. They don't typically sell clothes here, but they carry things like picture frames, records, books, glassware, and other home decor items. The main thing I like to come here for is their vintage postcards and photos, as I use them to junk journal. The next store is 10 Foot Single by Stella Dallas. This store carries men's and women's clothes, shoes, and accessories. The front part of the store is mostly 80s and 90s, so the prices are more affordable. The back of the store has older decades like the 60s and 70s, so the prices are a bit higher, and it feels a bit more curated and has more of a varsity or kind of collegiate feel to it. They also always have a big section of dead stock clothing from the 70s, which I've gotten a few different items from over the years. Next we have Beacon's Closet, which you may remember from my previous video, as this is a New York City chain. I definitely prefer this location over the Manhattan location as it's much more spacious. It was a gold mine that day, so I tried on quite a few dresses. Sadly, this blue dress, which looks like it's from the late 60s, early 70s, was too big in the armpit, whereas this red dress that looks handmade had the opposite problem and it was too small. I also love this 70s does 20s, 30s pleated dress, but it had some stains on the skirt, so I had to pass. Next we have Dobbin Street Co-op. They carry mostly furniture and home decor, so I usually just come here to look around since I don't have much space in my New York City apartment. But they do carry a small selection of women's clothing and accessories, so I have found a few of my favorite vintage pieces from here over the years. And lastly, we have Awoke Vintage. They have two different locations in Williamsburg. This store skews a bit more Y2K as they mostly carry 90s and 2000s women's wear. They also carry new accessories like hats, hair clips, and sunglasses. Okay, so let's check out what I bought while I was in Brooklyn. The first thing I bought was a bunch of blank postcards from Junk. I am going to use most of these for junk journaling. I use the blank ones to write on the back, but a few of these I bought for the front. I do like to collect vintage postcards of some of my favorite places that I visited or some places I would like to visit. So for example, I really like this KLM Airlines postcard. I also got this one from a hotel in Vegas. Vegas is one of my favorite cities. I also found this postcard from Salzburg, specifically this fountain that was in The Sound of Music. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I went to Austria and went on the Sound of Music tour last summer. I also went through the vintage photos they had, and I picked up this one photo as well as a negative. I'll use both of these for junk journaling as well. I spent a total of $12 on all of those postcards and photos. I got 18 blank postcards, the one photo, and one negative. Next, I got this dead stock shirt from 10 Foot Single by Stella Dallas. I actually used to have this shirt in red years ago, but then I must have donated it or sold it. This is one of the new items that they always have from the 70s. As you can see, it still has the original tags, and this shirt was $35. Next, I got this dress from Beacon's Closet. It looks like it's probably from the 60s, maybe the early 70s. It is a bit long, so it does need to be hemmed, but it's going to look really cute once it's short, and this dress was $30. And lastly, I got this black pleated skirt from Awoke Vintage. This one is actually new. They do carry some modern small brands as well as vintage, but I did just kind of need a plain black skirt. I've been looking for one and I don't have any that doesn't have a print, so I thought this would be perfect, and it was on sale for $25. And that's everything I found in Williamsburg and Greenpoint. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to continue to make more of these in the series. So thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.